You know, and I say this.
Dude, I love the black population. 60-plus-year-old white men can never navigate this situation correctly. It's like losing ground regardless. Like when people will come into my chat and be like, Hassan, you never have black women on as your guests, or you never have black people on as your guests. It's like, there is no effective counter to that. You just have to be like, dude, shut. What am I supposed to say to that? Turn around and be like, oh no, here are all the black people that I've had on my show. Like, that's a ridiculous. You just immediately, you're like, you're being weird and racist. Like, it is. And especially when you're like a 60-plus-year-old white dude, and Joe Biden was really bad on this too. You just always come across like you're saying, I got binders full of blacks in my cabinet, which is what Joe Biden basically said. If you recall on the BET interview that he conducted, he was basically like, I have so many blacks. I have so many blacks. It's never a good look. It's just never a good look. It's like something that is not going to be easy to address. You know, you're in a bind in that situation. But Trump, on the other hand, the only way that if you're Trump, to answer this question, the only way to do it is like, listen, I was the president. I was the president of all Americans. That includes black Americans as well. Here are some of the policy positions that I've pushed for. You know what I mean? Instead of being like, no, I love all of the black people. I love all of the black people of America.
Some of your own supporters, including Republicans on Capitol Hill, have labeled Vice President Kamala Harris, who is the first black and Asian American woman to serve as vice president and be on a major party ticket, as a DEI hire. Is that acceptable language to you? And will you tell those Republicans and those supporters to stop it?
How do you define DEI? Go ahead. How do you define
diversity, equity, inclusion?
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Is that what your definition?
That is
give me a
literally
definition
the words
then. Would you give me a definition
DEI.
of that? Give me a definition.
Sir,
of
I'm
that.
asking you a question,
No,
a
you
very
have to
direct
define
question.
it. Define it for me. If you
It's like, that's what it means. Like, it means diversity, equity, and inclusion. She just defined it. In my head canon, he's like, no, literally, I don't know what it means. Everyone keeps saying it. In my head canon, I'm imagining Trump literally being like, I genuinely don't know what those words mean, and I'm kind of scared because everyone always talks about it. Can you help me out a little bit? Like, it would be so sick.
I just defined it, sir. Do you believe that Vice President Kamala Harris is only on the ticket because she is a black woman?
Well, I can say no. I think it's maybe a little bit different. So I've known her a long time indirectly, not directly very much. And she was always of Indian heritage, and she was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was black until a number.
Yo! Hey, yo! Bruh. Blackness in the United States of America is literally historically associated with the one drop rule, defined by whether white supremacists consider you black or not. You can't just like pull that ripcord. It's like saying Obama is white because he's half white. Absolutely zero people think that way. Saying that to a room full of black journalists is insane. About a woman born in Oakland too. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's also funny because simultaneously the Republican Party is like, maybe Kamala Harris was not born in America. Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ.
A number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black. So I don't know, is she Indian or is she black?
She has always
But you know
identified
what?
as a black woman.
I
She went to a
respect
historically
either
black
one.
college.
I respect either one, but she obviously doesn't, because she was Indian all the way, and then all of a sudden she made a turn and she became a black person.
Just to be clear, sir, do you believe that
I think
she is
somebody should look into that too when you ask continue in a very hostile, nasty tone.
It's a direct question, sir. Do you believe that Vice President Kamala Harris is a DEI hire, as some Republicans
I really don't
have
know.
said?
I mean, I really don't know. Could be. There
Like, what difference does it make? Obviously, she's not an Indian woman, okay? If you're half black, you're black. That's just how it works, okay? In America, because that's just the way white supremacists see you, and that is how society treats you. That's number one. Number two, even if she was just like straight up an Indian woman, that's still calling her a DEI hire in that circumstance would still be the same. It just doesn't make any sense unless you mean DEI is just directly a substitute for the N-word. So it doesn't fit in his mind to Kamala Harris, who is Indian and not black, I guess. He's like, what do you mean? DEI, it just means the N-word. It doesn't make sense for Kamala, who's Indian. Is that what he's trying to say? I don't get it.
I know this lady right over there, Harris, is a fantastic person who just interviewed me at length. And we had a great interview, I think, and I heard you got very good ratings on that
Well, you
interview.
told me it was the longest one of your life, so we had a good discussion. Look, I want to talk about why you're here today. I mean, it is not lost on us how divided we are as a country. And as you were coming today, we really got to see that we are divided along the lines of race, along the lines of gender.
Yeah, Gloria Harris over here is just like desperately clinging on to any parachute. She is Donald Trump's parachute in this situation. Is why I hate when people say you are white. I grew up around real racists and none of them would have considered you white. I mean, it doesn't matter. I think plenty of racists, if they didn't know my background, would most likely say I'm white. As a white passing individual, I have a privilege, okay? Until they find out my name or my background or anything like that, you know, that's why I say I'm white. They pulled Trump off stage. That's what
Project
happened.
2025.
I think we have to leave it there by the Trump team.
All right.
So leave it. That is the last word. Thank you so much.
Oh, they pulled him. I thought it was weird because I thought, oh, there's one last question about Project 2025. And then he was like, no, we're leaving. I didn't realize that it was his team that pulled him. Oh, dude, that's not good. That's another misstep overall. I don't know what the he was thinking, honestly. Like, there's no reason to attend this. You could have just straight up said, I'm not attending it because Kamala's not attending it. In his mind, he did great. I mean, this like plays well for all the weird, sweaty, gross, racist losers where he's like, look at Trump owning black women in broad daylight on a public stage. My goat is back. My king is back. Doesn't look that great to moderates in general. I don't think it looks great to the black men that he was trying to win the votes of and win favor with. No, it's to say he did it and he supports black people more than anyone. I understand that, but I'm saying that the reason why he wanted to do this is specifically because he thought that he could manage through this, navigate through this conversation in a way where he kind of didn't look like a. The problem is there's no spin here. You know what I mean? Now it just looks like he's at odds. He's shifting from disenfranchised extremes to center, but he can't pivot. Yeah, I mean, he's stuck in the middle here. He's stuck in the middle of like his own background, what he's done so far in terms of his like commentary, in terms of like how he has presented himself. He's stuck in this place where he's like trying to moderate, but he's not having a good time doing so. But also the trying to moderate angle he was doing against Joe Biden. Maybe there's another instinct there now that he's going up against a black woman, right? Maybe the instinct there is, oh, I just hit max racism here, thinking that that will be good. It might play well to the base, but it's not going to play well to moderates. It's not going to play well to independents. The biggest problem with the Republican Party, and I say this pretty much every single day, I repeat it every single day, they're so high off their own farts that they think every American thinks like them. They think every American is just as racist. Every American is just as sexist. Now, while yes, a lot of Americans are racist, yes, a lot of Americans are sexist, the level, the degree of like overt sexism and racism has to be managed. This is why Republicans used to at least do something known as dog whistles, a will he, won't he type situation, where at least there's a little bit of plausible deniability for you, an out, so that you can shift the conversation back to your opponent being hysterical. Donald Trump, on the other hand, has consistently leaned into horrible instinct overall that is unimaginably toxic to, and this is demonstrable by polling, this is demonstrable by the outcome of the 2020 election, it's genuinely toxic to broader subsects of the society where they just go, that's a little wild for me, man. I don't know about all this. This is the entire conversation surrounding Republicans right now. And the way that they're having a really hard time responding to the Republicans are weird narrative. When Democrats say Republicans are weird, Republicans double down on the weird, where they're like, look at all the trans people I have in my phone. That's a weird thing. Why do you have so many videos of trans people on your phone, dog? What's wrong with you? I don't want to see that. What's wrong with you? I don't want to be around you. You're gross. You're so sweaty. That is the heart of the problem here. This is a more holistic problem than one Trump could solve. And that's why they're stuck in the middle here, where they're basically trying to navigate this treacherous sea where they want to look moderate, but they can't get themselves to look moderate at all. All they've done thus far is one thing and one thing only. Republicans have blinded themselves into thinking that everyone else is secretly in agreement with them, but they're just too to say it because of woke, okay? Because they'll get canceled. Do you understand? And they just cannot comprehend a world where, like, no, the average American might actually align with you on some of the The average American might think trans people are weird or gross or whatever, but they don't think about it as much as you do. And when you are constantly talking about it,